From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you. God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims. Well, hello, my beautiful people. It's nice to see you. Sorry, I have been trying to go live all day. I'm sorry. I'm coming from the MacBook Pro because this is what we were working on last night. I will try to get the show back on the other computer. I just hate the fact that I can't use my, it reminds me, where the heck are my buttons? My buttons are all the way across the across the room. I forgot my buttons. It's nice to see you, Seth. Nice to see you. Okay, guys, so we are going to be finishing up the Smiley Stories questions. We don't really have a whole lot other than this because this is where we're at. What we're trying to do here with this show and with these segments is build this case from the very beginning, because many of us were not associated with this case when it was breaking off. We had our minds over to Riley Strain, another case, another creator, and there's a lot of information that as a group we missed. Now, we've watched some of these interviews multiple times, and this is what I do when things start getting chaotic. We can agree that this case has gone way in left field. So I just want to break it down to what we know so far. There are still some interviews we have yet to get through. This is kind of the breakdown that I have been working on. I'm going to continue to add to it. I haven't worked on it today, so there's not much difference between yesterday and today. And it looks like I'm having some issues here for some reason. I'm not sure why. StreamYard just can't handle the truth. They can't handle it. They just can't handle it. Maybe I just need to get some of this stuff off here. So hopefully the sound does still continue and doesn't give me any problems. It's always up in the air when it comes to to this StreamYard stuff. So just bear with me. So I'm going to give a breakdown. It's nice to see everybody. We already have 215 people in chat. I'm trying to get this. I know we were here ridiculously long yesterday. Maybe I should have broke it down into two segments, but I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to get the information out without breaking it apart too much, because I don't want anybody saying that I'm driving a narrative or that I somehow manipulated what it said or I stopped in the middle, whatever. I'm eliminating all the arguments. You guys are hearing their own words. You're hearing what they're saying. You're hearing them literally contradict themselves from one sentence to the next. I don't need to commentate over that. My audience is pretty smart. They catch a lot of this stuff themselves. And therefore, I don't need to point these out to my audience. I just need them to hear it for what it is, because it's a lot of information that people miss from week to week. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive on in and get this last part, finished off. And I want to bring up some major points in contention. Don't mind Delilah We're in office too. She's looking at herself in the mirror. She still hasn't quite figured out that it's her yet. So every time we're here, she likes to play in the mirror and try to get the doggy to play with her. And then when the doggy won't play with her, she gets a little frustrated and starts whimpering and crying because she doesn't realize the doggy in the mirror is her. Allegedly. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you, my dear. I hope you're having a great day. Today and yesterday, I was a little humbug because I changed out the starter in the riding lawnmower. It still won't crank, so I got to take everything back off of it and clean the carburetor. And I'm going to dump the gas and pray to God it's not a solenoid that I just overlooked or whatever. Maybe I'll buy a pack of solenoids. Maybe I'll buy a couple just in case it is a solenoid. I'll have something on hand to replace it with. I don't know. The darn thing's now at least turning over. So I'm going to try to charge the battery because it's been a little while since I bought that brand new battery because I was dragging my butt on doing the starter. So it's been sitting out there. So who knows? The battery could have gotten down further than it should. So without further ado, this is where we left off. I'll back up just a little bit. There we go. We'll back up here. We'll start this from right there.
Yeah. He said he wasn't invited to Nancy Grace, but I'm sure she would love to have them.
We've actually reached out to Nancy Grace and hadn't heard back. We didn't know about the Nancy Grace interview.
Yeah. So.
I didn't catch that.
She would love to.
They actually reached out to Nancy Grace to be interviewed by Nancy Grace. I didn't know that. And then when they get up, they're stick figures. That's another interview that we're going to be going over in short order.
Would love to have them.
We've actually reached out to Nancy Grace and hadn't heard.
He wasn't invited to Nancy Grace, but I'm sure she would love to have them.
We've actually reached out to Nancy Grace and hadn't heard back. We didn't know about the Nancy Grace interview.
Yeah. So, I think she would love to.
Hey guys, it's nice to
have it. Here you go,
Jenny.
I think it would be great because she's got such a vast audience and a way of getting it out there big time.
Sonia, my mom.
Absolutely.
Nice to see you.
But Chris, I was just going to say, what's the difference in that and being on any channel that maybe is just trying to make a name for themselves? Is that not who's not really does stuff like this? I mean, I'm just asking. I mean, is that not important to y'all?
Finding Sebastian is every bit of important as anything else. But at the same time, do I want to sit down with somebody who's drugged me through the mud, continues to drag us through the mud, and keeps putting false information out there, which causes a lot of problems, not just for us, but for the law enforcement folks that are also doing their job trying to find Sebastian. It's an issue.
Well, can I just ask you?
Sorry, my
finding Sebastian
something
is every bit of important as anything else. But at the same time, do I want to sit down with somebody who's drugged me through the mud, continues to drag us through the mud, and keeps putting false information out there, which causes a lot of problems, not just for us, but for the law enforcement folks that are also doing their job trying to find Sebastian. It's an issue.
Well, can I just ask you,
Yes,
what about Nick Barris? I mean,
that's who we're referring to.
Okay. I don't know anything about that, so I'm just gonna say okay.
Right, and unfortunately, and it's nothing against everybody out there. There's stuff that people don't know, and they're not going to be. They won't know because they weren't privy to the conversations.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it just sucks. And there's a difference in journalism and trying to get your Emmy nomination. There's a difference.
Yeah. Well,
there are some journalists that get an Emmy nomination. Just FYI to those people out there.
Yeah.
Golden Globe.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but
Oh, no. Yeah,
know.
I'm just trying to figure this out. So, yeah.
I mean, trust me, if I can go to everybody else and I can go get all these people and we can get Nancy Grace and we can get anybody else out there to spread the word, I'm not going to worry about one anchor.
Guys, give me just a second.
Right.
We got to refresh.
Well, I say everybody, needs to do it. I mean, everybody needs to do what they can, no matter if they're this.
Sorry about that. I was frozen and I couldn't unfreeze for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
It's just, it is what it is. It needs to be found, and that's all there is to it. But Chris, I'm going to ask you, same thing I asked Katie a while ago. If you could say anything in this world that you rethunk this 3 weeks, what would you say to Sebastian today, tonight, right now, again? I mean, it don't have to be the same thing. It could be now. What are you feeling tonight?
Hey, Crystal. Nice to see you.
I miss him.
Pamela.
I want him home. Looking forward to him being back home. I'm looking to see, happy to get things back to normal instead of chaos.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a man of emotional words, but Sebastian, he knows.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm frozen. Oh, there I'm back. I was frozen again. I don't know what's going on with this thing. So just bear with me. It sounds like we might still be having some internet service, probably from the hurricane or something like that. Don't mind the car. It's my neighbor.
Deep down, he knows.
What would you do if you could change anything about that Sunday? And I know you were not home, but what would you do if you could change anything about that Sunday?
Let's say that one more time. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that.
If you could turn back time and you could change anything about that Sunday, what would it be? I know you were not home. You were in Memphis. But if you could do anything over about that Sunday, what would you do?
If I could go back and change anything, I wished I was able to work in town. Maybe things would have been different. Because we both would have been home. I don't know. I mean, there's so many shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I wished I could have, and wished I would have, and I don't have the answers because I don't know. I mean, I know I got my stepson's missing. My house is not whole. There's a big emptiness right now.
Yeah. Somebody said it took you 7 hours to get home. I don't know.
It's a 7+ hour round trip from my house to Memphis.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's not. Yeah, so they're saying that some people were saying that you didn't leave right away and you were waiting, and we already went through all that. So
well, and some of those folks' comment is correct. Yes,
yeah.
Yes, because I could not leave. I can't just. It's not a normal job. You can't just tell your boss I'm out of here and walk out the door, get in your car, and leave.
Yeah, you can. I don't know anybody that would not do that immediately. You have a child missing. Screw work. A human being is gone. Yeah, you do just that. And guess what? Big corporations find a way to work around it.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of safety involved. You know,
Yeah.
Sebastian's dad, same thing. He's not going to be able to just be like, "Hey, I'm out of here," and walk out the door. You know, I left as soon as I could, when I could.
What let's see. Somebody wants to know why you didn't want him around your daughter.
That is a personal family matter.
Okay.
That unfortunately, that's not one I'm going to open up.
Okay.
It's not
well, okay, you don't have to. Let me ask you this in another a way. Let me ask you this in my way, not their way. I heard that it's possible. I heard that he supposed to be a witness in some kind of case that you have with your wife. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
No, ma'am. So I've heard that somebody said he was supposed to be a witness in my custody case with my daughter.
Okay.
And absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from, but I mean, I when I heard it, I was laughing internally. I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was just kind of wondering how that would work, but yeah, I just thought I would clear that up. But okay, so I won't keep y'all on here all night, but I want to ask you, like, how did there's just a couple more. How come
I've heard him say 10-4 on his radio before, so it sounds like he's at work running something while he's on shift. It doesn't sound like he should really be having this long interview while at work, because it sounds like he's very busy. Just a possibility. Don't know. Not there. But that's my opinion.
do you think hasn't publicly cleared you, like in the public cleared you? Come out and said, hey, their parents are clear. Because I know what you've said, Chris.
Right, but
Why?
they can't.
Why?
Because the investigation is still ongoing, because Sebastian is still missing, which is why they came out and clarified that no, we are not suspects, and yes, we are.
If you're not guilty, the first thing that they would do, just like with Elizabeth Smart, is come out and say they're not guilty. Same thing with Brandy. I mean, Brandy Neal Michael Monkey Vaughn's mom. That's what they're going to do. I mean, they're not going to, and others in the news. That's just who I think you're familiar with. But that's what they're going to do. They're not going to just allow you to be sitting there hanging in the public's eye and take all this criticism and stuff.
Because there's so many agencies involved in this investigation.
I agree.
And I mean, across the board. And you think of an alphabet, it's probably involved, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. Every alphabet soup, unfortunately, is involved. It seems like it'd be fortunate. I don't know.
But at the same time,
Harris,
I have begged and begged and begged, and so has my wife. Seth, when he was at the house before, same thing. We all asked, why can't you come out and just say it? Y'all told us to our faces.
Mm-hmm.
And the response we get, because it's an ongoing investigation and protocol does not allow us to do that. And that is the answer we're given.
Mm-hmm.
it's protocol, y'all. That's it. That's just simply protocol. I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
That was bullshit.
Don't wreck the car, Deanna.
And I'm not saying you're telling a lie. I'm just wondering why, because I would be demanding. I really would be demanding. I'm just trying to think, I would do everything in my power to, and I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying again, one of my intros has it on there. I'm not saying, but you are suspicious or this is suspicious. However I say it. And I mean that. I mean, things don't add up. Stuff don't add up. I'm not going to sugarcoat stuff, but I'm not trying to be disrespectful either. I'm
No,
really
I
not.
mean so here's
And that's what it is. I mean, we have suspicion. We ain't trying to be disrespectful. As stuff leads where it leads, but enough's enough. We're 7 months in. The gig is up. It's like, everybody's eyeballing a certain way, and they're so offended that people are eyeballing that way. It's like, well, what do you expect? Your story doesn't make sense. It's forever changing. Their attitude sucks. Their demeanor has changed since the light video came out. They're more disgruntled. They want to clear their name. They want the tough questions and how dare us, right? It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And how dare us have a freaking opinion or a thought? I mean, for everything that's holy, how dare us? How dare us? How dare us use our brain cells when we're not told to use them?
something that's very unique. And I mean, we talk about it whenever they come and they talk to us or they call us on the phone. This is a case that literally has got all of these agencies stumped. Okay, and I'm saying this very openly as far as, playing devil's advocate. Let's say one of us was suspected of foul play. Let's say something, right?
Right.
There's no way that we would outdupe all these agencies. There's no way.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way. But hey, in another interview, he says that Sebastian has left no evidence. He stumped all of these investigators, but they can't. They could not possibly do that with that many investigators on the team. They just can't. Let's listen to this again. Like it's pretty. We're going to try to wrap up this. We got about 20 minutes, and we'll be done.
All of these agencies stumped. Okay, and I'm saying this very openly as far as, playing devil's advocate. Let's say one of us was suspected of foul play. Let's say something, right?
Right.
There's no way that we would outdupe all these agencies. There's no way. However, this 15-year-old boy has managed to outdo everybody. Call him Houdini. He always wanted to be a ninja.
Oh, good gracious. But you guys see that. They can't do it, but this boy can.
And we kept goofing around. Well, he has officially done it because poof, nothing.
He's officially done it. He's outsmarted he's become Houdini. He became Houdini. That's the explanation. It's no longer walking out the door. It's no longer walking out the door.
There's no
you can't
way
make this stuff up.
that we would outdupe all these agencies.
There's no way they could outdo them. But their 15-year-old, highly functioning autistic boy that never goes outside of the home, typically, unless they got to go somewhere, became Houdini all of a sudden. Just poof. Now we're Houdini.
There's no way. However, this 15-year-old boy has managed to outdo everybody. Call him Houdini. He always wanted to be a ninja, and we kept goofing around. Well, he has officially done it because poof, nothing. And it's, the cops have told us this is a case that will go down as a researched study case where they're asking the questions and looking for answers. and literally nothing. Everything they try to come up with.
This is going to be the one that goes down in history, y'all. Good gracious. Good gracious.
Blank.
I'm going to try to shut up so we can get through this.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is just, it's really strange. It's really strange. I don't know.
I mean, I wish there was something, anything.
I do too. If I could get it, out there somehow. I mean, from what I see, I don't know for a fact. There's almost 1,700 people in here. That's big for me because I don't never have that. Numbers don't matter to me. But and somebody pointed out, stop saying that, Smiley, because it matters when these kids are at risk. Yeah, I mean, that it is. It's important when I'm talking about a child missing. And this definitely means a lot that so many people are in here. They're in here because of you guys. Thank you. You guys need to be out here, in my opinion, speaking on him, not fighting with the Facebook groups. I see you in there. It makes me want to go in there because sometimes you push the wrong buttons with me. I'm just saying.
Well, and don't get me wrong. And I, like I said, and I've opened that communication with you, and I told you, you want to talk, you call me, you want to send me a message, something. And as I've been very respectful to you, I haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I may not always say the right things. I may not. But it's that last time I looked in the mirror, I'm a human. I'm entitled to my emotions. I'm entitled to my opinions. And I respect them.
Great. All we're asking for is to show a little bit of that emotion. That's it, right? How difficult is it to show a little bit of emotion? He says he's entitled to them, but he doesn't seem to show them.
Bullshit detected. Take precaution.
Those, and I respect everybody else's just as much.
Yes, sir.
There's one thing that compassion is a virtue that is in very short demand in today's society.
Do you think this man has any capacity or capability of compassion? I'm asking for a few hundred friends at this moment, few 100,000 friends if we want to take it collectively. Compassion. Compassion. Where's the compassion for the boy that's been missing all this time? Where's the compassion and worry for him? Because all I hear is me, us, how horrible this is for us, how we just want it to stop for us, how we just want people to focus on Sebastian, but we just want to focus on everybody else's opinion of us. It's just weird.
Because if you sit back and you look at all these families, now we got another one, Riley.
See? We always hear this. Don Wells did the same thing. It's all about the other kids. All the other kids. All the other kids.
The 6'7" guy disappeared in the flood, gone. Now we got another family that's hurting.
Yeah.
Always trying to convince language. Look over here. Look, a 6'5" kid just disappeared. How could he disappear? I mean, what makes this? All these other kids disappeared. Look at over here. Look at all these other kids that just vanish and disintegrate into thin air. He was found 2 weeks later, by the way.
As a person, ever set in the shoes that me, Katie, and said,
Us, me. Oh, poor me. If you people just had to get in our shoes, they just stood in our shoes for 5 minutes. They just understand. You don't understand. You don't know what you're talking about. You're not sitting in my shoes. Poor me.
Let's sit in to this day, or the Riley family for that much. I promise you, the outlook that you're going to see from our view you'll understand it. You'll be so riddled with emotions.
Oh, those emotions that nobody ever sees. Right. Got it. Smiling while you're looking for someone. Hey, hi. See, we're out. We're not dirty. We didn't search, but we're out. See me? I'm right here.
And you really don't care because all you want is the same end result. You just want your loved one.
Right. Right. I know it don't get any easier each day that passes. It don't. They want to know if it's possible, since y'all were on the phone, if he could have tried to walk to Chris's work. Thought maybe he was that close, the building site. The construction site that was by your house. Maybe he thought that was Chris's job.
Oh Lord, no. Sebastian, no. Sebastian knows when my job sites. He knows what to look for, and
The
what I do
site.
has no equipment of that manufacturer on that site. Period.
Yeah, that's because I guess Sebastian understands manufacturers and all this other stuff. Like, I'm 45 years old, worked with my father since I was 2 years old. You know, he taught me everything in the electrical business, and I don't know if I ever noticed the manufacturers of his tools.
Yeah. Go ahead, Katie. I'm sorry.
The construction site near our house isn't like a skyscraper. It's just houses and homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're building a small subdivision.
Yeah.
And we've searched it several times.
I mean, I'm currently sitting, today's my last night covering this crane, but I'm sitting at Vanderbilt University at the hospital, 300 feet in the air with a skyline view. And I get to sit here and do what I do, but I also sit here and I watch life flight helicopters come in and land every so often at Vanderbilt and at the Children's Hospital.
So he likes his job. He just gets to sit up there in the big box and talk for 3 hours on an interview. I don't know how I'd feel if I was his boss, but I don't know if I'd appreciate that too much.
Nothing but to sit here and wonder, could one of those be Sebastian?
Yeah. I understand.
Got it.
Well, my prayers are certainly with every one of y'all, and Seth and Katie and you and the grandmother and everybody and Sebastian. I want everybody to the whole Hendersonville, the community, people that didn't know him, love him, and I want to see this come to an end in a good way. In a good way. Just to think positive, happy thoughts. Just think happy thoughts.
Very, very true.
And if anybody has any information, to call that number, 615-442-1865 or the 1-800-TBI-FIND. See, I got moved it, but please print one of these out. Print it out. Pass it out everywhere. You never know. Again, like I asked you today, put it in your mail. Don't hurt if you mail a letter to somebody. It's your old friend. Mail it. Put it in there.
So that is a good idea, and what we've been talking about. If everybody could just print a flyer, post it on their utility pole or something like that, that would be great. If not, one of the gals in here printed some flyers and started mailing a few flyers out to businesses in and around the Hendersonville area with a note asking if they'd please display the sign. Really smart idea. For those that can't afford that, maybe that's a way you can give back and help.
Send it all over the world.
Well,
Nope.
I mean, it's funny you say that because I've got confirmation that there's folks in Australia, Spain, England, Austria,
UK.
UK that they've got wind of this and they've got some posters posted. So it was actually kind of cool. I never thought that would happen, but that's pretty cool.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely.
Thank a social media content creator.
Yeah. But Funny Face Brenda says love should have brought you home. Yeah. And they were talking about he wanted friends. He's got more friends than he will ever know what to do with. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Well, I said it before, when he does come home, and everybody complained to how packed the block was with cop cars. Well, he's now become like the son of Sumner County, so it's going to be a long line.
Yeah. Yeah. I sure hope it's soon. I sure hope it's soon. Was there anything that you would like to say that either one of you that you think that we...
Let's see if they have any final comments, if they decide to make it about Sebastian, or if they just make it about themselves, or if it's a typical no comment, thank you, have a great night. Let's see. We've watched it before, but I can't remember how it ends.
do to help. I mean, that we can really do to help those near, those far. I don't know.
I want to spread his face to the ends of the earth and back, because he's out there somewhere and someone does know something. And
I'm just curious, what does she say his name is? Because I haven't heard her bring up his name in a while.
someone needs to come forward. Whoever may have him, assuming that someone might have him, needs to let him come home. And we need everybody everywhere to see his face and to know his face. All the missing children. But I personally think that the more people that know his face, the more likely it is that if he is out somewhere, that more likely someone will actually recognize him and be able to call and we can bring him home.
Be careful with what they say, guys. Yeah, you need to listen to Seth and take instruction from him, because you follow their instruction, you break out in handcuffs. It's a rash that's going around every time you get around them, or speak of them, or speak about a missing child, or post a missing person flyer. Just be careful. There's this contagious disease that's going around Sumner County right now.
And we can do that, and we have these platforms. Will you, consider doing something for me, though? Will you please consider talking to some of the bigger creators? And it don't have to be like the news or whatever, but like, would you consider talking to some, especially, I know JLR, again, Chris, I hope I got you calmed down on that a little bit.
I'm calm. I mean, emotions can sometimes get the best of a person.
I know. And because I personally want the word out. And what Katie just said about, that was perfect, what she just said. But if you will allow yourself, and listen, if you ever have a question and you want to private ask me, look, is this person, whatever, I've had my fair share with some of these people. Okay. Let me tell you, I'm not going to say, but it's your ultimate decision. I would say, I don't know. I'd watch that one, because what I don't want these creators who's going to end up like Summer Wells case and then be fighting each other. I don't want that. Okay. This is about him. Okay. This is about him. But what I want you to consider is, I want you to consider, Chris and Katie, to please, right now, early on, go ahead and let's get his name and face out there. And please consider talking. You got Jay for Justice. And she's sweet. Just let bigger channels, please talk to them, you know, the ones that's really for the kids, please. I'm just looked up because I'm nobody and you did make a promise to me. Trev time is, you know, I know you spoke with him already on another channel. I don't know how you feel about that, but he really is for the kids.
Well,
You
here's
know?
what I'll say about Trev, and I'm gonna say this open and publicly.
It's okay.
So Trev sent me a message and he apologized.
Yes,
Mhm.
DA.
He apologized to me and my wife because he made a mistake. He got wrapped up
That's
in, I'm going to call it the sauce. He got wrapped up in that with jumping on the bandwagon of assuming and accusing us. Now, he went back and he has changed that. He has apologized.
Mhm.
That right there alone.
Oh, as long as you suck their knob and apologize to them and get on board with their narrative, hey, you're good as gold. But you have a differing of opinion and you actually think for yourself and you say, hey, this doesn't look good. Why doesn't it look good? Oh, well, that's confidential. Oh, I can't tell you that. HIPAA, security, you know, safety.
That was bullshit.
Just saying.
Oh, because you did it. You did what you.
Didn't I tell you they'd make it all about them? I just knew it. I forgot how this ended, but they took 2 seconds to say something about Sebastian and 5 minutes to talk about how bad it is for them again. Them. I'm so sick of hearing about them. You got a missing 15-year-old boy. Damn.
You're supposed to do as a man or a woman, excuse me. A new age thing nowadays. Sorry. Righteousness, the right thing, that will get you a lot farther than the rest of it. You know, I mean, it's one thing. And that's what I'm saying. JLR, this dude, he's going to have to make a public apology. He's going to have to make it public for me to consider him. And the reason why I say that is because how much crap he put out there and to the level he has gone to certain topics. There's one topic.
Come on now, that ain't even.
Okay. My kids don't cross that line.
I
don't care who you are.
I understand.
What?
My kids, one topic.
What kids?
Okay. How much crap he put out there and to the level he has gone to certain topics. There's one topic. Okay. My kids don't cross that line.
I
don't care who you are.
I understand. I'm just saying.
I mean,
it don't even have to be.
One of the reasons it took us a little bit longer to do some of these interviews. Okay. And this is before we.
She hasn't even been asked about the interviews, but obviously he has a guilty conscience about the interviews.
We started doing interviews and talking with media. We were kind of advised, hold off, don't do that.
I doubt that highly. When you have a missing child, the one thing they want you to do is humanize that child in case there's an abductor. I don't believe that one iota. And if somebody in TBI or Sumner County told them that, that's stupid.
Well, eventually got to the point we needed to start talking to the media.
Yeah, right about the time that this started turning south and going into a criminal investigation and them considering foul play, then all of a sudden it's gone far enough. They need to come to the media and plead their case. And before this hits the fan, they need to let people know who they are and how they have nothing to do with it. And they're cleared and they passed polygraph. And how dare the community think that they had anything to do with it? Shame on us.
Mm-hmm.
The parents, myself, Katie, and Seth, all decided, we made a pact in the beginning. Hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to keep each other in the loop. We're going to talk to each other and ask.
Why was that always one way, though? It seems to me that was always one way. That wasn't, it was, they wanted to be kept in the loop, but they didn't want to keep anybody else in the loop. And until they realize, oh, this is going south, now they just want to cut off everybody, including the biological father, not answer any of his questions. That's so disgusting. You have a child together, the child is gone, and you stop communication. To me, that is disgusting. That doesn't look guilty as hell. You can't put your petty BS aside for the sake of your son? I mean, that's all that goes through my mind. Literally. Thank you, Jen. Jen just gifted 1 Bullhorn Betty membership. I'm on a different screen, so I can't see who the recipient of that is. But whoever received that Bullhorn Betty gifted membership, please don't forget to tell it's me, Jen. Thank you.
We're not just going to go out here and do our own thing. Okay. That has always been our pact.
I just want to remind everybody, if you got lost, all Smiley asked is if there was any last things that they would like to say. You know, if this is an opportunity for them to talk about Sebastian, get this refocused about Sebastian, you know, plead for Sebastian's safe return. And this is the response you get. It's pleading for people to look at them differently. Them. Change the narrative on what people are thinking. It didn't work because he's demanding people to like him. He's not showing them reasons for them to like him. He's demanding that, how dare you? Guilt trip. Even one of these things, well, what was it? Was it on Dutch's, the last interview, where they said, no, he's going to really, really be upset about how people are treating his mama. The same woman that put him to bed and lost him. Got it.
You know, we would call Seth and say, hey, initially he didn't want to do any type of interviews, and we understood that.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, I said, hey, man, do you want to like phone in with us? Do you want to come to the house and we'll do this as a group? What do you want to do? We've tried and we want to do this as a group. You know, unfortunately, you know,
until it was time to get on the same page, and then it was cut off communication completely.
Somewhere along the way, we've all kind of gotten off track, and he's kind of gone out and done his thing. We've kind of done our thing. Mrs. Rogers done her thing. I think his sister may have done something.
Well, that's because nobody on your team was actually doing anything but sitting at home hiding from the world when a child needed to be found. So I would think that was probably what what was going through Seth's mind at the time. I'd have to assume that nasty word, assumption.
I mean, but it's everybody's getting the word out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. I just don't want anybody's ego and nobody to get in the way. I mean, I'm just saying, because Katie did say it perfect just a minute ago, and if you can say it for the you know, for the flyers and stuff, I just want it to be.
And guys, don't leave when this is over, because I got some gifts I wanted to go over with you guys first before you guys head out.
That, because I always say, and no matter if it's a missing child, I always say it. Sometimes I do little things on just what's in my heart and stuff. Sometimes it could be on freaking, I don't know, it have nothing to do with a person. Sometimes I just get into my feelings sometimes I come on here, and it ends up, somebody says, you don't know what you did you? And it's just a lesson or something. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But I always say, you know, no matter how little we are, we might take and say something, and then somebody sees it, and then they share it, and it goes on and on and on, and somebody really might be helped by it. Well, it's the same thing with Sebastian. Somebody might share it, come in 2 weeks from now, or hopefully not that long, but, you know, and see him somewhere, or remember something, and something may click, or it could be tomorrow, tonight, an hour from now, and it really may help. But sometimes you need other creators, and it just needs to all just flow like that. I don't know, no matter how big or how small. And it don't matter to me. I want to kind of promote everybody. If they have a channel and they're good and they have good intentions, I don't care who it is. I don't care what they do. And I just hope that y'all, as the parents of him, don't let your ego get in the way. Just let it roll off, and, you know, do what you got to do. Just bring him home bring him home. I just hope that makes sense. I
It
mean,
does.
I hope it's okay advice, and I hope I'm not overstepping saying that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're right. Trev is a good guy. I'm glad he did whatever he had to do.
Well, he didn't have to do it. He
Yeah,
manned up and apologized because he made a mistake, and he said, "Look, I know I did. I'm apologizing. Appreciate that, man. That means a lot."
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Now, all your viewers out there, I want to say, thank everybody, regardless of what your personal opinion is of me, my wife, the situation, the bio father, anybody. It doesn't matter. I personally say thank you for being able to continue to spread the word, be a part of this, and in any form, shape, or fashion. And just know that you got 3 parents missing a son that needs to be home. And compassion is,
Compassion work.
like I said, in short demand and could be overfloweth with people out there if we could just find a way to become all one united group, and we can just do this.
Well, that would require people not going to jail for doing the right thing. Just a thought.
yeah. I agree. I agree. It's sometimes it's hard though. Something pops off, or you hear this, and you gotta just do it. And again, like I told you when I first talked to
Had an
you
opportunity
through
to talk
there,
about Sebastian.
I was just like,
had an opportunity to talk about Sebastian, and took that whole entire time to talk about them, and how horrible their life is since this boy disappeared, and this boy that, and this boy that. Oh, and the mama calling him and he. His name's Sebastian. Just seems very difficult for them to remember or spit out that child's name. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That is his lawful legal name given to him by his daddy.
we got to set our feelings aside. I mean, number one for me is you have to understand, I have to think of all sides, and I have to do until they say. And I think outside the box. I'm not like any of these other people. I'm not with them. I don't really, there's a couple I'm like talk to here and there, but I don't work with nobody. Get that straight, everybody, while you're on my channel now. Even these creators wonder, what do you do? I'm like, I don't work with nobody. If I want to know something, I'm pretty much going to go to you. If I'm going to call you out, I'll get on here and fire up live and I'll call you out. I'm not like these people, but don't put me with everybody else.
Well, I mean,
so
there's
but I have my feelings too, and I think what I want, and I say what I want, and sometimes it's not good.
Well, there's like I said, there's information that we still, even as of today, we had a meeting with law enforcement, and we've asked them verbatim, like everything we've been saying. Is there anything you want us to change? Is there anything new that we can put out? And honestly, they said exactly what y'all been putting out, the way you've been putting out is exactly what you need to do. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. And trust me, it kills us because there's there's facts that we could put out there and it would put a lot of things to rest, but we can't because of, they say it can potentially cause issues to the investigation.
Yeah. As somebody said, Smiley asked the hard question. I don't know what y'all want me to ask, because that's what you better tell me before I get off of here, because if you have anything, I'll ask 2 or 3 more questions, and I'm not going to ask any more because we've been on here 3 hours, y'all. And what do you want me to ask? Seriously.
Make them good. Come on. I know y'all got them hard ones.
Jeez,
yeah, make them good.
Like
ask something that's not been asked before. I wasn't expecting he was going.
He's acting like he's on a game show. Come on, bring it to me. Bring me the hard questions. It's just, it's too much. They got a missing child. A missing child. What the F is wrong with these people?
I mean, I was on Justin's panel, and I wasn't expecting he was going to tell me to come on right now. So,
Well, the reason, just to clear this up, because I had already heard that somebody in that show popped off and said, well, he don't talk to a man.
mm,
Well, I'm not jumping on that show because that wasn't your show. That was his show that
oh,
y'all
yeah.
were in. I told you and made you a promise that I'd come talk to you.
Yeah.
Never promised them.
Yeah. I understand that. So, yeah. And I did tell you, hey, yeah. And you said, how do you feel about that? And I said, yeah, I will do it, and I'll fire up alive right now. So I guess you thought I'd fire up alive right now, and I would. So they said, oh, let's go over there. So it worked
And
out.
see,
fine.
they could have jumped in on your show. I wouldn't have been upset with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared.
So, well, Josh came over, and but look, yeah, but see, I have to stop there, and then I have to come fire this one up over here.
Yeah, I'm
So
sorry.
no, it's fine. It's confusing, but yeah. And then I was like, I have to go to the bathroom real quick. I better do that because I don't know how this is going to go. I really thought you were going to be mad at me for what I said, but anyway, I'm like, but anyway, I had to get ready. I had to get prepared, put on my boxing gloves.
No, I mean, you put on boxing glove thinking this, you walking into a slugfest. No,
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I told you what I would do, and I've delivered. And like I said,
You did.
You got people out there want to ask a hard question. And I got no problem still to this day. Tell them, find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
You want to ask a question that wasn't answered in the show? Hit me up on Facebook.
Be quick.
Send me a direct
Careful.
message. I'll answer you.
Yeah. Tam just wants to know before we go.
You might break out with a PO. Be careful. Buyer beware. Buyer beware.
does want to know, what do you think should happen to the person if they did anything to Sebastian, or somebody took him out of the house? What do you think should happen to them?
Oh, they should have.
Wasn't this a question that was on a different one? Didn't we hear this on somebody else's? Or is this the same one that somebody else played? Let's listen. Let's listen to their answer.
What do you think should happen to the person if they did anything to Sebastian, or somebody took him out of the house? What do you think should happen to them?
Oh, they should absolutely be punished to the fullest extent possible.
I'm going to give you two answers. And the first answer is going to be exactly what Mom said.
Yeah.
The legal system will do its due justice.
Yeah.
My non-so legal issue is just imagine what a mama bear does when her cubs are attacked.
Yeah.
You mean sit on their butt, go motorcycle shopping, go to a motorcycle rally, and disappear into another state during the middle of search efforts? Is that the kind of mama bear you're talking about? I'm just trying to gauge here what this man is talking about. That's what I'm trying to gauge here.
Yeah.
And what a mama bear could do.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. I mean, it's
from everything we see a mama bear that likes to run away. So I don't know if that really helps the argument. Just saying.
I'm not saying I'm gonna hurt somebody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just.
Oh, you mean run me over with a car, or not gonna hurt nobody? You mean silence Seth if he opens his mouth again? Go after who was he? Did he attack Chloe or the other lady, Heather? I think we got a lot of threats of violence from this man toward other people publicly.
Saying the attacks. I mean, if you hurt our son, and you just hope law enforcement gets a hold of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not violent at all.
Well, I will.
Not violent at all.
Appreciate it, and I don't. I know that y'all have been through a lot, and again, I'm sorry for I had to ask you that, Katie, over there, but I wanted to know, and if I say something, I'm just going to ask it, and that's just the way that I am. I don't mean to make your lives harder. But you know, if you're answering questions on Facebook and groups and stuff like that, I think it's all fair game.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do want to be respectful about it, and I do want to continue to bring awareness. All I can say is I'm just human too, and I just want to bring awareness to Sebastian, and hopefully somebody will see him or know what happened or come forward. And
I believe Somali is sitting, speaking to the two people with the most information about the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, in my opinion, allegedly, however Silver says it.
get this taken
My opinion, allegedly. How does he do it?
care of, where he can get back where he needs to be. So, is there anything else y'all would like to say?
Just thank you for helping spread the word and helping to search for my son.
So, for the word of self-preservation,
My prayers and thoughts go out to everybody, not
their son, but everybody else.
We're all gonna have our own differences of opinions. Okay.
Here we go again about them, and the differences of opinions. Nothing about Sebastian here.
But we pray and we have thoughts, and it's all in good kindness and good hearted, and we love you all. Thank you, and please keep spreading the word about Sebastian.
There we
Keep
go.
him in your thoughts, keep him in your hearts.
How
Hopefully we'll get him home very, very soon, and we'll see about trying to do a big old welcome home bash.
Absolutely.
They're already ready for the party. Not even concerned about the disappearance.
Absolutely.
I have to rent out a big public space for that.
Big public space and everything, y'all, because they didn't have nothing to do with it. They know he's coming home.
Yeah, we're going to hold the commissioner to that.
Yep.
Pay for it. Absolutely. Well, I thank you for joining me, and I won't keep you long, all night, because I know y'all are tired and everything, and I just I thank you for holding up to your end of the deal.
Well, like I said, ma'am, I meant my word, wanted you to know it, and like I said, anybody's available to ask me a question, I'll answer them to the best of my ability as soon as I can.
He needs to give word salad.
Ultimately, we are searching for Sebastian as a community, everybody,
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And y'all, I appreciate everybody in here, my mods. I appreciate all the questions, and Facebook of them. And pray him the problem that you. Yes, TBI 3. We have to get Sebastian Rogers found. Period. That's that. So, I thank you all, and I hope you have a great night.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else left on that one. All right, guys, thank you for sticking with me. I'm sorry, but we needed to get that last little bit done, and today's been hectic. I see a lot of people that have been online, so I wanted to go over a couple things. Great things, actually. So I got, this is from one of our subscribers. I don't know if I have permission to use her name, so we'll just call her Miss P. And it says, "Hi, BHB. This company supports autism. Jordan is their daughter, and she is adorable. If you get a chance, you can read her story." So I wanted to bring everybody to this website here. I think, oops, sorry. I think that's it. And this is where it came from, Jordan's T-shirt project. And so let me just give you our story. There's the family. We are the Moore family. Ben is dad, Jackie is mom, Jordan is big sister, and Hudson is little brother. Jordan has autism. Like many parents of children with disability, we, her parents, Ben and Jackie, worried about what would happen when she aged out of school because of the opportunities for adults with disabilities are limited. Jordan's summer t-shirt project or shirt project in 2018, we shifted our focus from what was not available to creating something for her. In June 2018, Jordan's summer shirt project was created in our basement. We designed a shirt with the simple but powerful words, "Be kind to everyone." Our goal is to sell 40 shirts to family, friends that summer with a purpose of teaching Jordan job skills. Today, Jordan is thriving. Fast forward to today, and Jordan is now independently rolls shirts, adds wristbands, and signs stamps, thank you cards. Be kind to everyone t-shirts have been sold in all 50 states, and Jordan has been featured on CBS News, 11 Alive, Fox 5 Atlanta, Newsbreak, 94.9, The Bull, Forsyth County News, Voyage, ATL, Love What Matters, and the Atlanta Journal-Constitutional. We started as a summer project and it has now turned into a family business that Jordan is thriving in. In January 2022, we moved our shirt into a 5,500 square foot warehouse in Cummings, Georgia. Thank you for following our story, buying our shirts, and helping make Jordan's dreams come true. And so I thought that was really, really sweet and endearing. And I just wanted to share that. Oh, hey, Cheeky Chops, it's nice to see you. And I haven't undone it yet, but it comes with a little band. The thank you cards are signed, stamped. Oops, let me bring it down just a little bit. There we go. By Jordan. Do you guys see that Jordan's name on it? There we go. And this is what the shirt has. I haven't seen it yet, so there's your band. Be kind. Let me bring this down. There we go. Be kind to everyone. There you guys have it. The t-shirt. I thought it was really cool, really sweet, and what a great a great company to help with autism, right? And then don't leave. Michelle sent me some birthday gifts. Our beautiful Michelle. I did not undo them. So I thought I would wait until we were all on here so you get to see Cheeky Chops. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you all. A little poopy here. And it says, BHB, happy belated birthday. Thank you for everything you do. Michelle, hugs to Delilah. Well, she's wide awake sitting right next to me. I'm sure you're hearing her bell because she's very interested in what the packaging is all about. So thank you, Sadie. We're going to go ahead and put that right up here while we do this. So you're going to get under, don't go too far. You're going to have to say hi to everybody, Delilah. Oh, AirTag! Yay! This is what I need. I've never had one of these before, but this is going to be very interesting. Thank you so much. I will definitely put it on Delilah. No, I'm just joking. Oh, look, Delilah got something. That's Red Barn dog treat. Chicken puree. Oh, she's smelling. She's moving. She's moving. She must know something's for her. She must know something. Her head's popping out down here. She must know this one's for her. Oh, what? You think you got something? Oh, she's poking her head out from under the covers. She's poking her head out from under the covers. Yes, you got something. Look at you. I wish you guys could see. She's too cute. She's got the covers, but it's pulling her eyes back where it's making her eyes look real big. She's sniffing. She's like, I know something in there's for me. She popped her head out as soon as... That was too cute. That was too cute, Michelle. I wish you could have seen it. What is this? This is a keychain of sorts. What is this? Something you can put a picture in? Is this like a picture keychain? Is this a picture keychain? Oh, it's for the AirTag. It's an AirTag sleeve. Never mind. Got it. Figured it out. I just needed to read. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's still something else. There's still something else. So Lila's looking. She's like, did I get anything else? She's like putting her nose in the bag. All natural. Oh, pig ears. She's going to be in heaven. She's going to be in heaven. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. My doggy and I are going to enjoy this. I needed this. I needed this. Thank you. And I know why you got this for me. You got this for me to put on my keychain so I don't lose my keys out in the backyard again. I wonder if it works for vapes. I wonder if it works for vapes. No pun intended. I know, Michelle. I know. Thank you. She is. I think I'm going to leave this one. This one looks a little stickier. I think I'm going to leave this one in the for in the morning. But I think I'm going to give her a pig's ear and see how well she does with a pig's ear. So, thank you guys. Have a great night. Go see Justin. I know Justin is on. Tell him I'm so sorry. I needed to sneak in here and finish up my live from last night. So I'll see you guys over at Justin for All. And I'm pretty sure Brittany J, allegedly with Brittany J, will be on a little later tonight. And you can bet your bottom dollar, if I'm awake, I will be there as well. So go over there. I don't know when Mr. and Mrs. E is going live again, but big shout out to them, as well as War Eagle. War Eagle is doing a great job. So thank you all that have really been participating and really trying to bring the message back to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. This is what we needed to do. Mr. E is on tonight, y'all. Mr. E is on tonight. So make sure you guys look at the rosters, and we'll see you around. I might be bouncing between a couple rooms. So I'll see you guys there. I love you. God bless you, and we'll see you soon. She's got her eye on the pig's ear. She's got her, literally, she's in my lap. Come here. Oh, she jumped. She thinks she's in trouble. We're sniffing. Say hi. Say thank you, Michelle, for my pig ear. Say thank you. I'm going to really, really enjoy this, even though it's bigger than my entire body, but that's what I like. I like big stuff. She's my BFF. Me and her do everything together. We sleep together. We go play outside. She's even getting temperamental and taking off. Oh my gosh, she is so cute in the backyard anymore. She really is. She's starting to really own the backyard. And it's cute seeing her run around and play instead of just sniffing around. She's really actually playing. Whoop. Here you go. Here you go. Take it. It's yours. There you go. She's going to have to figure it out. All right, guys. I love you. God bless. I'll see you over at Justin's.